Okay, this is going to be a video on how to assemble my Spiky Star Lamp. For this one you will need to print out 20 pieces, either 20 of these ones if you just want to lay the lamp somewhere, or 19 of these pieces, and the final piece, which is this one, if you want to hang the lamp from the ceiling. You will also need a light bulb and a socket. I will link these ones in the descriptions, but I live in the EU and these have a EU plug. So if you live in the US, you will need a different socket. Okay, so let's start with the assembly. It's quite easy. All pieces have connectors on the bottom, and you can just take two pieces, align them so that the connectors sort of overlap, and then you should be able to snap them in place. But what I like to do a little bit, what will be maybe a little bit easier, is if you take two pieces and then you can rotate them into place. Just like this, and now they are connected. If you snap them together, it should also look like this, that the connector sits behind the wall of the other piece. So these two are now connected. Let's take another piece and do the same thing again. Gently rotate it into place. And that's what we are going to do for the whole star. It's just going to be this over and over again, just with a little bit of a bigger star every time. Just like that. Okay, so now we have 4 pieces, and the 5th piece would close this little circle we have here. So this piece would need to be connected from both sides, so let's do that. It will be a little bit more tricky to get this one in. Okay, so as you can see, I did just that. It might be that if you have all walls connected, just one is missing, you may be forced to push them into place. You can't rotate them anymore, because it would be disconnecting these two pieces if you were to rotate it, so you will be forced to push them in place. Anyway, so the next piece will be the final piece. Take this one and just put it somewhere on the circle. Just like that. And now what we are going to do is we are going to form another 5-piece circle right here. So as you can see, we already have 3 pieces. So let's finish up this circle. Okay, so now we have 4 pieces, and we will need to put in the last piece to finish up the circle. Okay, so as you can see, now we have these 2 circles with 5 pieces each, and what we are now going to do is we are going to close this wall, and it will always be that 5 pieces will form a circle. That's the only thing you will need to keep in mind. So for example, you would now put 5 pieces here, and then you could do 5 pieces here again until you are completely done. So let me skip to that moment. It took a while, but now it's done. As you can see, all of these walls are now connected, and they will always form these 5-piece circles. It should also be quite stable now, so you don't have to worry anymore that it falls apart. And what we are now going to do is we are going to look for the final piece, which should be somewhere in here. Mine is right here. This piece, and now we will take our socket Mine comes with this little screw cap, and we will just put it in here from the outside. Should be, yeah, we'll need a little bit of force to get it in. And then we will screw it tight. And then we will take the bulb and already put it in, because at this point we will close the star and we won't have a way to get it in anymore. Would also be useful to check if this one lights up, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so what we are going to do next is, one second, let me put that to the side. We are going to take 5 pieces and connect them to the circle we had at the beginning. Okay, so this is the circle I'm talking about, just the one we had at the beginning with the remaining 5 pieces. I do have some spare pieces, just ignore them. So now let's take the big one, assembled star again. And what we are now going to do is take our 5 pieces and put them on top. This is going to be a little bit difficult to show on camera, but what we are now going to do is we will put it in place, and then we will only need to connect the remaining parts. For this I will be putting my hands into in the lamp and then connecting those pieces, and you will end up with a fully assembled star. I won't be able to show that on camera, unfortunately. You can also, if this doesn't work for you somehow, you can just continue the method we already used and put in all those pieces just like we did before, but it will be a little bit harder to push the last pieces in. So I'm going to use the method I proposed before and skip to the moment when I'm done with that. Okay, so my star is done now. I wasn't able to completely connect everything. As you can see, this connection is loose, but don't worry. It doesn't really matter if everything is completely connected. As long as you connect enough, it should hold up. So now what I will be doing is I will take a rope and push it through the holes of the final piece to secure it on the ceiling, because I don't want to hang everything on the cable, because cables aren't meant to hold anything. So this is what I'm going to do now, but I will leave that one up to you, since you will be using your own rope and whatever. So yeah, basically I made 4 holes in here, so this thing can be balanced quite nicely, but that's completely up to you. So thanks for watching.